1,200 tanks converge on a patch of ground 10 kilometers wide. The dust is so thick you cannot see 50 meters. Tanks are ramming each other because they cannot stop in time. This is Prokhorovka. Over 1,000 tanks clashed at Prokhorovka. This is Battle of Prokhorovka. July 12, 1943. Prokhorovka, Soviet Union. A battle is about to begin that will change the course of the war. On one side, Soviet Union, commanded by General Rotmistrov. Against them, Nazi Germany, led by SS General Hauser. Both sides know what is at stake. To understand this battle, we need context. The largest tank battle of a single day in history. At Prokhorovka, over 1,000 Soviet and German tanks clashed at close range in dust and smoke. It was chaos on an industrial scale. Soviet Union had assembled a powerful force. 5th Guards Tank Army, 800 tanks. Nazi Germany was equally prepared. 2 SS Panzer Corps, 400 tanks including Tigers. The stakes could not be higher. A defeat here would be catastrophic for either side. General Rotmistrov studied the situation carefully. Every decision now could mean victory or disaster. SS General Hauser was confident. The plan was set. There was no turning back. The men on both sides knew that many of them would not survive what was coming. Prokhorovka was part of the larger Battle of Kursk. The 2 SS Panzer Corps had broken deep into Soviet lines. The Soviets committed their strategic reserve, Rotmistrov's 5th Guards Tank Army. Over 800 tanks charged at dawn. Rotmistrov ordered his T-34s to charge at maximum speed directly at the German lines. Close the range and negate the Tigers' gun advantage. The first shots were fired at 7:30 a.m. Within minutes, the battlefield was shrouded in dust and smoke. At close range, the battle became chaos. Tanks fired at point-blank range. Some collided with each other. T-34s tried to ram Tigers when they ran out of ammunition. Crews fought with grenades and even pistols. The Tigers were devastating. Their 88mm guns destroyed T-34s at range. But the Soviets kept coming. The dust was so thick that tanks emerged from the cloud and fired at whatever was in front of them. By noon, the field was littered with burning tanks. The smoke rose thousands of feet into the air. The Soviets lost far more tanks. But they had achieved their goal. The SS advance was stopped. Recent research has revised the numbers. Soviet losses were about 340 tanks. German losses about 70. Regardless of the exact numbers, Prokhorovka ended the German offensive. The SS Panzer Corps never advanced further. The battle entered Soviet mythology as the greatest tank battle ever. The truth was more nuanced but no less dramatic. Over 1,000 tanks clashed at Prokhorovka. Soviet losses were heavy but the German offensive was stopped. The 2 SS Panzer Corps advanced no further. The cost was enormous. Soviet Union lost 340 tanks lost, heavy casualties. Nazi Germany suffered even more. 70 tanks lost, offensive halted. When the news reached the capitals, the world understood that the war had changed. For the soldiers who survived, this battle would haunt them for the rest of their lives. The commanders on both sides would be judged by history for their decisions here. Military historians would later analyze every move, every decision, every mistake. But for those who were there, no analysis could capture what they went through. Prokhorovka became the symbol of the massive tank warfare on the Eastern Front. Whether mythologized or accurately counted, it represented the culmination of the Kursk battle. The lessons of this battle would influence military strategy for generations to come. Today, memorials stand where the fighting took place. A reminder of what happened here. Books, documentaries, and films have told this story. But nothing compares to the reality. This was Battle of Prokhorovka. Over 1,000 tanks clashed at Prokhorovka. And the world was never the same. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today.